Hey guys, Brysolf here, and welcome back to Ogre Battle. Today we go and get 2 extra special units. We're going to start off by going down the main drag, because that's where the enemy is going to come. And hey, that unit right there that just got deployed has the new dragon we picked up at the end of the last video. As you can see, I'm sending out a bunch of units that haven't really fought, getting myself out there and ready to go. There's some very specific steps you need to do to collect the first unit in here, and you got to do a certain order, otherwise you will be doomed. It's a bit of a pain. But first things first, let's liberate, get ourselves some stuff, and get a magician. Nothing like that 1 intelligence going upwards for our opinion leader unit. It's going to help out in the long run. Not the opinion leader, but man, oh man, the support crew going to love that one. They going to love that one. And as we get down here, you're going to see we're going to start running into units all over the place. And Tina's going to take the lead here as we face 2 griffins in the front, 2 physical attacks apiece on their charge. And the back, of course, is the wizard using targeted magic spells. That's a decent unit. Let's see what Tina gets here with the wild man. This is another unit set up smartly. This is where you want to have the fighters and the wild man. 6 physical attacks, single hits. Nothing much else to say about this unit, so let's move on. That was a nice example of the fire. And here comes Europa, getting to attack a knight who only gets 1 slash. And then we get ninjas. In the front row, they get 3 shuriken attacks. In the back row, they get 2 magical spells, ninjutsus. It'll be fire, ice, or lightning based, depending on what the enemy is weakest to. Next up, we get a doll mage with the hit all physical attack and 3 clubs in the front row. Pretty standard stuff, but we get another liberation. This is the first step in getting our first special character. And we get the sun, which resets the day, which is kind of fun. Yes, we learn about Gilbert, who leads the area, and his buddy Canopus, or Canopus, depending how you want to say it. And we learn of him. And we found some buried treasure. Finally, our water unit went and got a pristine sword. We'll be looking at those, all the items we find a little later on here. How about a quick little cut here as we meet our final unit? No, there's one more unit after this, I believe. This one is a pretty dumb one. 3 physical attacks and that's stunned, so it's just there to annoy you. This is an annoy you battle. That's it. That's all. Hope the ball was had. Meanwhile, Europa continues to do the liberating here. We get a little temperance, some reputation going up. Nothing wrong with that. And we get a moon rose. The moon rose sells for, like, says you can make some money. It sells for almost nothing at the shop, but you can sell it later for big bucks. And here is a low flying unit, low sky unit. 4 clubs in the front, and they get 2 cures from their cleric, of course. We're just setting up here, and yet another one. A hidden city is what we have here. Another more money, and we get the bad fortune. Reputation went down 2. Boo! That undoes our temperance card. Yeah, exactly. So we learn more that Gilbert's really not that bad, but we got to do some work to get him. Let's get this temple on the go here. A judgment. Nothing wrong with that. Hit points of everyone in that unit just went up 2. You might say, how come you're using not the Lord? Cross the water. And that monk just said we should cut people who are dead instead of actually helping them. And we continue on here. We got a bugle, a battle bugle. Literally one of the worst items, as you will see. It is terrible. So once we visit this city next, after learning about Canopus, we will meet Canopus. Honor? Oh, I am absolutely fighting for honor. Aww, it's not his concern, guys. He's out. He doesn't give a shit. So then you have to revisit this town again. You need to learn about his sister, Yulia. You need to do this before you find the place with Yulia, which makes sense. They would do it this way because finding her place is tough. And this is another unit, actually, late to the party. 6 physical attacks in the front and 2 targeted bolts from the back. Thunder-based attacks. That's a pretty beefy unit for this point. Hey, we got a hero sword. So that should do it for items, I believe. And now we're just finishing everything off. It's to wipe out all the units. They all have 2 or 3 each type. No big deal. And we had another bad fortune draw. What is up with that, game? What you doing, game? What you doing? I don't think I like this one little bit. No sir, no how. And now with this being done, everyone's going to get sent home because we want to try to make all that funny money. because we want to get them home before the day ends. And that sun reset will actually really help us in that regard, because we should have enough time to get everyone home. And there we go. So we more or less balanced out the reputation gains. One thing that pops up rarely, but reputation does matter in getting the second character in the map here, Gilbert. However, it's really hard for your reputation to be tanked enough. It's got to be under 50. Like, we're around, it looks like 65, 70 right now. You'd have to tank your reputation hard. And this is where Yulia is, this Rashian temple over here. That's some more intelligence. Woo! And now to throw a card away, and since Sun hurts my team as well as the opponent, that's what I'm going to do. So if you've done the order correctly, which is visit Ball Wall, visit where Canopus is, visit Ball Wall again, and then say you'll help her, you'll get the Wings of Victory. So now we're going to visit there, and I'm just going to warp myself there through the magic of time, space, whatever, continuum, whatever. And he'll say, I'll join you. So we gain Canopus. Hooray! Canopus is in the house. So I'm going to quickly go play with his team. This is how I use his team. He comes as a high sky unit with his Griffin. However, I just say screw it. The Griffin can go. Canopus and his boys will be in the front. I'm going to deploy him just in cases. I don't believe you need him deployed. You just have to have him recruited. But I always like deploying him to help out with the battle against his former friend. And when I get here, I'm going to recruit 2 Hawkmen. Because I prefer just to go with the 5 Hawkmen approach with him, and we will do the stuff with them. And here's the items that we picked up. Sword of Heroes, Strength plus 11. Pristine is 8 Strength, 10 Intelligence. The Bugle is 2 physical, 2 defense. It's garbage. Just garbage. And that burning helmet was a little bit against fire protection, but you lose against ice. Again, nothing special. So all you have to do in this fight is take out the leader. That's it, that's all. So let's start out with a Hermit to just smash him good. Because, again, his agility being a special character is a little higher, and bosses tend to have better stats than your average bear. So we're going to focus our attacks on him now and hopefully take him down. As you can see, he's got comes with some strong units here. This is what you get from him if you if he joins the rebellion. You will have these particular I had such a leader, but they weren't hitting the right thing. But thankfully, Europa decided to land a shot, and he's set up pretty good here. But we're kind of counting on the bolt here from the Valkyrie to take him out. Because if not, then we're going to have to come back with Canopus and have to go down. And they all get a level because they've not been fighting, and they're going against stuff stronger than them. And all you have to do to get them to join is just a lie. And just have to do what Canopus had to say. Understand this side of the story, just say yes, you're good to go. So there you go, we picked up Canopus and Gilbert. So you have to visit that town to the northwest, or northeast, pardon me, of the boss. Then you gotta visit the one to the north of the boss, then visit the one to the northeast again to hear about Yulia, visit that temple to get the Wings of Victory, then you visit the one to the north and Canopus joins. That is one of the hardest special characters to get just because of all the convoluted steps involved. And if you do any of them out of order, you will be screwed. You will be screwed. Anyway, let's head back into Sharam. Let's see what we got. Don't hesitate to run. And we learn about the King Grand's 2 sons who both died 25 years ago. Well, that was kind of pointless. And this just tells you, these characters have won for better stats. Nah, I don't think so. We just learned they love us. And Liberation Forces. Liberation. We're no longer rebels, baby. Woo! Rebel yell. Hell yeah. Great Witch Babaloa. Ask about the 5 heroes. Oh no! And the 5 youths appeared. Sharam, Gran, Avalon, Dalkas, and Rashidi. Man, that Rashidi guy sure is nice. I'm sure he'll never go bad. For no reason whatsoever. What a dick. And the Black Pearl Sea is the Kingdom Harai. Yeah, and finally there's the snow-covered highlands. So that is how the Empire stayed. And finally, the most important thing, we want a fucking date. With me? Jesus, have some impression of yourself. And this is just setting up, this is just some wallpapering for some of the bosses to come there. The 4 divas, and of course, the son of the Empress. But anyway, that's all the real info that's going on here. And you guys get to choose. Am I going to Lake Genenia or the Pogrom Forest next?